Okay, Karen, yeah, it'll be Karen. And so the initial will be a text with a number.
Okay.
And then the next day, it's turning in the register after you've called everybody. So you'll text your number in immediately before we know who they were, because she needs to report it first thing in Monday in our reporting system. And then the collaboration with the people that came through starts happening after you have made the calls to all those visitors and determined which ones you got an appointment with and who you're going to work with.
Okay.
And then we turn to guest registry and saying, I'm not working with these folks. And then we'll do a growing level of incubation with those people. Okay, at the office level.
I
Yeah.
like that.
I know. We're
Okay, that's awesome.
bringing money back to your pocket. That's what we're trying to do. Okay. And what a great career night we had last night. Good for you too. Thank you. And your husband was here. And those two prospects seem strong. Just so y'all know, we had a career night last night with your husband and also two other prospects, and they look strong to me. I think
I do too.
that's going to work out. And she seemed super interested too.
Oh, absolutely, she
I think
is.
she's going to school.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. It's fun. And thanks for your comments last night. It was awesome. It was awesome. Okay, so call the listing agent, update them. If you're the host, call the listing agent. No feedback to the seller. You got it. If you're just hosting for someone else's listing, you don't call the seller directly. Let the listing agent know, give them feedback, and let them contact their seller. Make sense? Okay. Third, fourth open house guests buy a home within 6 months. Just remember they're buying houses. Remember, always close for the appointment follow-up. Personalize your follow-up with notes. Handwritten notes are great. Y'all agree? Say yes.
Yes.
Low tech creates high attention in a lot of situations. Be consistent, persistent with your follow-up activities. Assign a priority status to all your prospects. A, actively looking to buy and sell. B, building towards actively looking to buy or sell. C, currently unable to buy or sell. Which of those three categories not only do you want to work with, but are you actually working with? Which of those three categories? A. Does anybody feel like they're doing a job of never losing people that are in this category? Say no, because you are losing people that are in that category. Your job description doesn't allow you to stay on top of the incubation tasks for long-term clients. Y'all with me? Okay? Your job doesn't allow you to. The problem has been management has been trying to push you into that job where it's a round peg in a square. Is that right? Or a square peg? I never get that right. Square peg and a round hole. But you know what? You can make a big enough round hole to get a square. Doesn't matter. All right. So these are the ones that we're all going to work with. I are an agent, or I were an agent, and my attention span with buyers was a good 30 days.
Randy, he's your mentor.
Say it again. Say it again.
Brandy's your mentor.
That's the way you are. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't enjoy them after a certain amount of time.
And I don't either. Yes.
Okay, I'm done with you.
That's the only criteria we need to
Kind of like relatives that come over and visit. Stay
Yeah.
We need to go.
Well, if they want to buy a house, let's buy a house. Like,
I'm with you.
don't really, your children are annoying and
Yeah.
I don't want to be around you no more.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a
I'm not trying to be mean.
No.
But you're trying to take the time out of my life here.
I had a button made up. I had a button made up that I handed out to all my agents one time. It said, "Buy a house or get out of my car."
Yeah, basically, I got things.
They couldn't wear it around, but it was to illustrate a funny point. The reason, because they were all frustrated just like you, and the reason they were frustrated is they had skipped the part of their job description where you determine if somebody's ready to buy or not. And using the home showing, and I'm not saying you're doing this, I'm just saying this was an illustration. Using the home showing process to determine if somebody's hot is not a good idea. Now, I'm going to help you big time with the buyer presentation here in just a little bit. When we get through this, we're going to show you a process that will help you not waste that time. Okay?
I would like to say that they think I absolutely adore their kids.
Well,
I'd like to put that in there.
they think you do.
They are
are you still working
babysitter.
with them? Are you still? Oh, these are all just
No,
multiple
currently
people.
I do have one that I was just telling Audrey that I've had since last summer, but they took a break to have a baby. But they are getting past that expiration date, so we have a big tour this Saturday.
Big tour this Saturday.
Huge! Like, they've got me all day, just because I want them going. I just like to move on. I like this. I like this. I don't know. Weird.
No,
Okay.
You're honest.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't tell me you don't like your kids.
I think
Kids are
you have, what'd you say, kids are what?
I feel like your kids
They are horrible.
ugly.
You're horrible kids. Give them,
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, just give
joking
him-
about that.
bring them up, go by Dr. Spock, Dr. Spock, what was his name? Spock, yeah, Dr. Spock, How to Raise Your Children. Get one of those books and give them to them. Just throw it in the seat there by them. Hey, you want this? You know, if you're a little rug rat.
They always use the bathroom too in a row.
And they always use that, okay, okay. You need to stop working with those people. That's what you need to do. Now we get rid
Yeah,
of
they're
it.
getting a house
Yeah.
this weekend.
Well, I mean, here's what you're illustrating, is we really should only look with these people, right? Now, some people will try to fool you that they're actively looking when they're just active. You know, they're actively looking,
Actively know.
they're not actively
They're not
buying,
buying.
right? They're not actively buying, right? Okay. So, follow-up calls, so you gotta call every person that came through it. Do you agree? Say yes.
Yes.
Even if they look scummy, you gotta do it. Have the tools in front of you, open house guest register, calendar, planner, computer, MLS, etc. Make the follow-up calls. Follow-up calls. Have the tools in front of you. Follow-up calls. Call everybody. Follow up, follow up, follow up. You will surprise the hell out of people. You will have people that will tell you on the phone, wow, I've been going to open houses for 6 months, nobody's called me back. They will get that. Yes?
You said you're doing follow-up calls Monday morning. A lot of people are at work.
Sunday
You do it
night.
Sunday night.
Even Sunday night, yeah, absolutely. You're walking out of before you walk out of the open house, you look at how many people came and you text that number to Karen. Okay? Then you go pick up your directional signs and you shut the house down, you pick up directional signs and you get back to your desk at the office because you're probably gonna bring the directional signs back here. Being as small a market as we are, it's not that far to drive. Back to here, and then you go to a desk and you can sit there and call those people. While you're in the office, you're in that mode. Done. You can finish it up Sunday night. You'll come in the office, call everybody off your guest register, check mark who you're working with, leave the guest register, you're done.
You don't think we should leave them alone just to like 24 hours? No?
No. Jump right on.
Okay.
You're more likely to reach them Sunday evening
Right
than
on.
Monday morning.
They're not visiting one open house. They're visiting multiple open houses. And I'm not saying the other agent's gonna call before you. It's not likely they won't even call,
Right.
but jump on it immediately. Okay? And then if they go, yeah, well, we're kind of still thinking about staying in the market, and that's all you get from them Sunday night, I'm probably gonna keep them as somebody I'm working with on the guest register, because that next day I would call them that night and go, hey, how's Monday been? Have you thought of it, and maybe you got another piece of information about what's happening in the market or whatever, okay? And then if they're not, you can put them in incubation, right? Give them to the office. All right, okay. Follow-up calls, again, a bunch of dialogues, you have those in your handout. Following up, consistent follow-up, 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 follow-up. That's all it is. You get the point, say yes.
Yes.
All right, now, let's look at some of these tools, and we're gonna go to buyer consultation. Groovy. All right.
Can I ask a quick question?
Please, while I'm doing this, if you don't mind.
Yes, while the contacts are being incubated, when they're ready again, what does the office do with them?
Good question. Okay, so, so if someone, let's say someone comes to the open house, and, okay, we'll talk about this. This is another big change for you guys. There's gonna be two kinds of it may not be that big because there's been some of this going on, but there's gonna be two kinds of transactions going on in the future. Transactions that are a result of agent-generated leads In other words, you dig them up through your prospecting, open house, or whatever. And then there are company-generated leads, okay? Company-generated leads are optional, right? There are people in this room right now that have more business going on, they don't need any more added, correct?
Yes.
A couple of you. So it's optional, okay? No one's required to do this. Now, the exception is when we have new licensees come in, they're gonna be required to be on the lead network for a period of time, because that gets them off to the races quick. They get a buyer in their pocket and they start working, that kind of stuff, okay? But otherwise, they're not gonna be required to. Every deal that comes out of this bucket has a referral fee associated with it, because you guys have not spent any money or time generating the lead. You know, you haven't spent money on marketing, direct mail, or whatever. It's solely out of the pocket and the time of either the office or us. You know, the lead network is us, and the office has brought it in for you guys, okay? So there's a referral fee. All of the business that comes out of this would have well, we were still talking about that. But the whole system does a 35% referral fee for all of the company-generated business, okay? Now, we have agents. The agent I mentioned that did 600 and something thousand in we have anomalies in this too. The agent did 600,000 in commissions, 200,000 of that was out of the company bucket. So people all up and down our society of agents dip into the company bucket just relative to who they are and what their business strategy is. We have great agents who never go to the company bucket. We have agents that were in the top 10 that 90% of their business is out of the company bucket. You get the idea? Okay. Remember yesterday when I was going, would you work in an office where, you know, if you came in, somebody handed you and said, you want to go list these people, then you went and did it? You know, it's kind of like that, okay, over there. Long answer to fill in more information. Whenever we're in a situation, that's why it's important to talk about right here, because this is the first juncture where you guys are looking at people you've met, shook hands with, and are going to decide, am I going to work with them, or am I going to assume that I would not get a transaction with them because they're so long-term, or they're not ready yet or something. And do I want to give those people to the office to incubate in the company bucket? Does it make sense? Mm-hmm. Because when it comes out, it could be a year later. It could be 2 years later, which is more likely the case. Usually agents, the people that they put in the company bucket from open houses, saying they're not gonna work with them, usually it's over a year later if they're ever brought into warmth, you know, or compliance. Now, keep that in mind. Plus, most people visit multiple open houses. So they're gonna be on your register, quite often on your register as well. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And it's usually those long-term people that are that way as well, okay? So when it comes back out, who needs it? So let's see, y'all follow? It's been put in there for incubation by the company, and they all of a sudden discover they're live and ready to buy. So your question is, who would get that lead just then? Well, 4 people put it in the company bucket. So who is going to get the lead? Whoever is qualified for the lead. You remember yesterday I said we do this based on merit, not charity. So if you're performing in the office, those leads would come back out to you. Long answer that was probably not clear.
Correct.
Let me say it this way. Let me say it this way. Because I wanted you to have all that information, but it would not necessarily come right back out to you. Do you follow? You put one in from the guest register, you may have put it in and you as well. So you're not getting a guarantee that if I put it in, that it'll come back out to me.
And then
because what you're saying is I'm not working with that.
Referral fee, then do we pay a referral fee?
Correct, yes.
That?
Anything, if you think of 2 buckets, you never pay a referral fee on the agent-generated leads. Those are all yours on your accelerated split. Some of you will do all of your business over there. Most of you will have a combination. You'll have the majority here and a percentage out of the company bucket. Anything that comes out of here is the same referral fee. Okay? Now, they also are going to be doing things y'all can't even imagine through company-initiated. Do y'all farm in here by any chance? Does anybody farm?
Melvin, oh, you farm too?
You farm an area? No, I mean, Real estate farm.
Yes.
Okay. Not tomatoes. Yeah.
This is a farming community, you gotta make sure you clarify.
That's awesome.
Not growing corn, no.
Okay, but you've got a subdivision or an
Yes.
area of homes,
Yes,
and you consistently
yes,
send out mailers
yes.
and consistently walk the neighborhood and talk to them and all that kind of stuff.
Send out mailers.
Okay, so you don't farm, you mail.
Okay, yes.
Okay, good. I'm tough that way.
Yeah.
You're not farming unless you're doing multiple methods of contact. You know,
Is that the slang for what? Or were you actually
Yes.
asking?
That's a
for
slang,
farmer?
yes.
No,
No.
it's a slang. A guy named, a trainer out of Florida named Alan Jacobson in the 70s, in 72 I have it, published a little booklet called Cultivating Your Listing Farm. It had a stalk of wheat on the front. And that was the first time that vernacular came into the real estate thing. And the theory is you plant seeds. You don't put seeds in the ground, but you do it through making contacts. Those are the seeds. And then you do that over a long enough period of time and you nurture it and it'll grow and you can harvest it. That's what the idea is behind farming geographic areas. But you can't do it with just mailers. You have to do it with, you can't do it, but you can't just put the seed in the ground and wait, because you're going to have to till the soil and you got to water it and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so other stuff. But taking geographic. Does anybody know of an area in? Somebody name an area in town that our office does not have a strong market share in. But it is
Wild
active.
quail.
I'm sorry.
Wild quail.
Wild quail, but there is turnover in wild quail.
Yes.
Okay, so the office might go, you know what we could do for everybody? Is we're gonna go in there and start digging up some business out of wild quail. And the office, while y'all are running around working with your clients, doing all the stuff you do, your open houses and all that stuff, they go, all right, well, we're gonna get a staff person, maybe Karen's participating in this, but we're gonna start direct mailing into wild quail, or what is it, Dan Quail, or whatever. And then the office is gonna start farming that area, and when we have a client, or somebody says, yeah, we're ready to sell, then they're gonna hand that off to you, and it's coming out of where?
The bucket.
The
The
bucket.
You get it? Okay? Or they may do the internet is constantly changing, y'all know that. I mean, it's a daily evolution. That's why we're blessed in that we got the Lead Network and Mike Monsko who are staying up on this kind of stuff. But it might be that somebody knocks on their door and there's an opportunity for them to purchase leads through some internet site. Okay? Those are going to come out to you from where? The company bucket. You get the idea? So there's all kinds of stuff. The old real estate model had just you guys as the rainmakers. The whole industry was dependent on sales associates to bring clients. You with me? We've changed that paradigm dramatically. Starting with the Lead Network and now with more concentrated management lead generation strategies. Because I gotta tell you, when I was selling, my least favorite thing to do was generate business. The most fun was working with them and closing it. Is that right? Now, I got to where I kind of like prospecting because I'm off the chart kind of energetic that way, and I had to, when I realized that's the only way I'm gonna be successful is if I'm out there shaking a bunch of damn hands. I started to like it. You put yourself out there, but I'm a rare bird. Y'all tell that already. And usually the skills that make for a great salesperson don't necessarily translate to working a structured prospecting campaign. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it certainly doesn't. I'm ADD beyond ADD, in that kind of situation. So we're finally figuring out that we have slotted you guys into a job description that probably doesn't fit. We got too much stuff going on, and that it's going to be well, not probably. We know. I mean, I'm seeing the per person productivity of agents in offices. And by the way, here's the mantra. We're trying to get all of our offices to have at least one licensed, non-selling staff person. Y'all with me? Licensed, non-selling staff person, which we just about have covered here in a sense, that is doing this type of stuff. They can have longer conversations with prospects to bring them into the point of wanting an appointment. Y'all follow? And not break state laws, but they're never selling, all they're doing is setting up appointments.